Before I start, I have to define tertiary education first. So, what is tertiary education? Tertiary education is essentially the highest level of education you can have after your 12 years of formal schooling. It encompasses college and university, but for the sake of this debate, I'm going to use it interchangeably. So, here's the bitter truth: we live in a post pandemic world that's heading towards the second recession in 5 years. And what does this all mean? It means that the economy is not doing well. And you can see this with the soaring unemployment rates, both for non and college graduates. And for some countries, even college graduates are struggling more to find a job than non college graduates, like in South Korea, which is pretty unprecedented and also very worrying. The reality is, a degree that is already expensive that a lot of students go into student debt for, especially like STEM fields or if you're a foreign student. It now doesn't guarantee a job or a good quality of life nowadays. And I believe a lot of it has to do with the cost of university. It's debt inducing, it's unaffordable, it's not very accessible for many people. But I believe that one way to alleviate cost is to completely and permanently move to online. And I know it may sound radical, and obviously OP has obvious concerns that I will address one by one. So let's start addressing them. First of all, for the people who take, humanities, social studies, education, economics, business, marketing, majors like that, the move will not at all be a big issue. It will be relatively smooth because we live in 2025. We had the pandemic 5 years ago, meaning that a lot of people have adapted. We know how to use Zoom now, and the nature of their studies, especially the ones leading to social studies, they don't need it to be offline. They don't have much practical work. You can do everything using Gmeet and Zoom, and it'll be pretty much the same thing. Everything is replaceable online, even for tests. And most importantly, it'll be cheaper since the university will cut costs from maintenance and facility costs. So here's the thing: most of the money from tuition, they usually use it for either one, funding research, which is very important, and number two, building maintenance. And while building maintenance might sound stupid, but it encompasses a large percent of the money we pay in order to go to school. Let's just put things into perspective. Even if you're a high school student, you have to contribute like building money every year. The average amount is roughly like 2,000 US dollars, and obviously the number skyrockets once you get into college. I mean, every year is $2,000 for a high schooler, so imagine what it's like for a college student who has a larger university building, plus three buildings, etc. That's a lot of money in this economy, and quite frankly, like unsustainable and unaffordable. But if you rely on work from home or study from home instead, it can offer a lot of flexibility to both the students and the teachers. And it can also cut costs in a lot of ways because you don't have to pay money for dorms and transportation. Transportation is a really big thing because if you go to college, you either drive and you have to pay money for fuel. You either take a taxi, which is so expensive these days, or you take public transport, which is cheaper but it kind of takes longer and it's messy. It offers a lot of flexibility for both students and teachers because you save, again, like transportation costs. And while like internet may be a big issue, it's something that the school can afford to provide the students, like data packages if possible. But that's like an easy issue. Like we can clearly see that it's cheaper, it's more sustainable for the environment, and it matches the high-paced life of the city. I mean, who wants to go to school when you have to like drive 1 hour to go there and drive 1 hour to go home? So let's talk about like STEM degrees that are really hands-on, like dentistry and engineering. How does it work for them? Well, we deal with it like we did in 2020. We transitioned, we adapted, and we innovated. We live in 2025. We have VR. We have interactive online labs from like MIT, PHAT, which even high schoolers start to use now. And like, sure, it's not a 100% replacement for everything, but we also have the role of the university. The university helps with that transition and also giving materials to the students, so we're not just leading the kids blind. Like every meet or practical, the university can send quote unquote care packages that encompasses everything they need for the material, like depending on their major. If you're a biology major, they can send you microscopes. People sell microscopes in toy stores that genuinely work now, and they're way cheaper than the advanced like electron microscopes you see in professional labs. They can give you like chips and AR VR simulators. And while people may be concerned, like, oh, is this a good replacement for education? You also have to realize that surgeons in training, they use VR. Pilots, they use simulations. And so if, surgeons and pilots that we rely on our life for, like, use these things, so why can't we? What's preventing us if they're the exact same things they're training actual medical professionals with? And that raises a big question. And lastly, we have to acknowledge that for STEM fields, it's always going to be slightly more expensive than like those social studies-esque majors, and that's inevitable. The purpose of like making it online is not that it's going to be like 100% cheap. It just has to be more affordable for the average person. It just has to be less pricey. It doesn't mean it has to be 100% free, etc. Like in a world where college degrees are so pricey to the point that like looking at the price makes you foam at the mouth just by looking at it, like, and it's not even a guarantee to get a job or even an internship. And just looking at the state of the economy, it's way better and way smarter to reduce the cost beforehand. So at least when these kids go into the ruthless real world with lots of unemployment, at least they have some savings, at least they can survive. But for like university now, what if they just take your money and then afterwards you won't even get a job and you're going to be a starving graduate? That's not the world people want to live in. And even if we can't change the course of the economy or the unemployment rates, at the very least, the universities, the colleges, us, we have the power to help these kids to soften the blow a little. Because this is what we're rooting for. We want to make things more affordable so people can have more education. We want things to be more accessible, and we aren't going to compromise on the quality of our education because we have more technology now. It's 2025 and we believe in free education. Thank you very much.